Hey guys, our devotion today is from Revelation chapter 4, and today we get to see what a worship service looks like when it's had in heaven. And before we get into that though, I want to remind you, we're today to be in prayer for Shirley Riley. Shirley, we absolutely love you, and we are praying for you today, and just pray that you will have a strong sense of God's presence with you today in communion with Him. A worship service in heaven. What would that look like? Well, we get to see it here in Revelation chapter 4. And what we're going to see, the defining attribute of God that they're worshiping in this service is that He is holy. What does that mean? What does it mean to be holy? Well, if I had to guess, I would say it's probably not a word that we use too often in our everyday life, because we're not coming in contact on a regular day with holy things. We're coming in contact with worldly things. Holy is something that only God is. It means to be set apart. It means to be revered. It means to be worthy of worship. I think that when we think about the word holy, we often think about moral purity. We think about something being clean, and God certainly is that. But when we see this worship service here, this is another aspect of holiness. It's who God is. Now, God can make things holy, and He certainly does, but things in this world are not holy and set apart unless God has made them that way. But I think this is just an incredible passage for us to read, to think about this worship service that is going on continually. Even right now, as we're watching this video, as we're going about our day, God is being worshipped for His holiness. I just want to read this passage to you. It says, "And around the throne, on each side of the throne, are 4 living creatures, full of eyes in front and behind. The first living creature like a lion, the second living creature like an ox, the third living creature with the face of a man, the fourth living creature like an eagle in flight, and the 4 living creatures, each of them with 6 wings, are full of eyes all around and within, and day and night they never cease to say, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. And whenever the living creatures give glory and honor and thanks to Him who is seated on the throne, who lives forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before Him who is seated on the throne, and worship Him who lives forever and ever. They cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Worthy are you, O Lord and God, to receive glory and honor and power. For you created all things, and by your will they existed and were created." A lot of times when we get into Revelation, just like we see these strange creatures, they stand out to us. We can begin to wonder about who are these beings who are worshiping God. But to be honest, I don't think that's where our focus is supposed to be. The center of this scene is God on the throne. Holy, holy, holy. Worthy of worship. Worthy of praise. Worthy of thanks. The one who created all things, and the one who in all things have their existence. And it goes on into chapter 5, and we just see the worship scene as the Lamb who was slain comes on the scene expand and expand. It's not just the elders who are worshiping. It's not just these 4 beings. It begins to, we see thousands and thousands of angels worshiping. And then every living being, every particle of creation begins to worship God. And I think when we meditate on God being holy, that's what we're thinking about today. The fact that He is worthy, and the only one worthy, the only one to be revered, the only one that every single living thing in creation will turn to and worship. It's Him. He is holy today. So let's spend some time today just worshiping Him, just giving Him what He's due, thanking Him for who He is, because he's being worshipped right now. Whether we know it or not, whether we're worshiping him right now, he is being worshipped. He is holy. He is on his throne. So let's join in, worship together, and worship with the heavenly host today. God bless you guys.